Diary of Wimpy, Tuesday. I thought I was done hearing about Rory's trip, but I was wrong. Yesterday, a social studies teacher asked Rory to tell the class all about his holiday, and today he came to school wearing this ridiculous costume. But what was even worse was when some girls came up to Rory at lunch and started kissing his butt. Will you tell us more about your trip? Shh. But then I realized maybe that wasn't such a bad thing after all, so I started parading Rory's around the cafeteria because after all, he's my best friend. Saturday. Dad has been taking me to the mall every Saturday for the past few weeks. At first, I thought it was because he wanted to spend more time with me, but then I realized it's just making sure he's out of the house for Rory's band practices, which I can totally understand. Roderick and his heavy metal band practices in the basement on weekends. The lead singer of the band is the guy named Bill Walter, and me and Dad bumped into Bill on the way out of the door today. Morning, Mr. Henry. But doesn't have a job and he still lives with his parents even though he's 35 years old. I'm pretty sure that's the worst fear is that Roderick is going to see Bill as some kind of role model and that Roderick will want to follow in Bill's footsteps. So whenever Dad sees Bill, it just puts him in the bad mood for the rest of the day. The reason Roderick invited Bill to be his band was because Bill got voted most likely to be a rock star when he was in high school. That hasn't really worked out for Bill yet, and I think I heard Anna Wyndham is in prison. Anyway, me and Dad went to the mall for a few hours today, but when we got back, Roderick's band practice wasn't over yet. You could hear the guitars and drums from a block away, and there was a bunch of random teenagers hanging out in our driveway. I guess they must have heard the music coming out of the basement and got drawn to it, sort of like how moths get drawn to a light. When Dad saw all those teenagers in the driveway, he totally freaked out. Dad ran into the corpse, but Mom stopped him before he could dial 911. Mom said those teenagers weren't doing any harm and that they were just appreciating Roderick's music, but I don't even know how she could say that with a straight face. And if you ever heard Roderick's band, you'd know what I mean. Dad couldn't relax with all those teenagers out in our driveway. So he went upstairs and got his boombox. Then he put in a classic music CD and let it play. And you would not believe how quickly the driveway cleared out after that. Dad was pretty proud of himself for thinking up that one, but Mom accused him of getting rid of Roderick's fans on purpose.